BiS Infotech takes you to another journey with the Indian technology veterans. This time we have got Mr. Sonu Agarwal, MD of Weather Risk Management Pvt Limited, and Mr. Anuj Kumbhat. We have to understand how they are trying to change the economic socio parameters through their cutting edge solutions. So, how broad is your portfolio, or I can say your offerings today?
Right. So weather has become really very volatile. So in order to manage weather-related risks or climate-related risks, we provide a comprehensive set of solutions. As you know, in the first place, we monitor weather, and provide our clients weather data across the globe. Second, we forecast weather, and we provide both short-term and long-term, long-range forecasts. Third, we provide insurance solutions. So today our customers can insure or hedge themselves also against certain weather-related risks. So monitoring, forecasting, and insurance. All three put together is our portfolio of solutions for our clients.
So tell us about your business model. Do you target specific industries exposed to weather risk?
Yes, we do so. So we primarily target agriculture and power utilities. So these are the segments which are most exposed to weather-related risks. Agriculture, as you know, our farmers are exposed to all varieties of weather. In energy also, the production of power generation also depends on weather. For example, your solar farms, your wind farms, energy produced depends on weather. Likewise, hydropower is also dependent on rainfall in the catchment area. On the demand side, let's say in Delhi or Mumbai, if the temperature rises, the demand for power also increases. So energy or power utilities as a segment are very much exposed to weather-related risks. So accordingly, we customize our solutions for these segments. So the solution remains the same. It's weather monitoring, forecasting, and insurance. But for agriculture, we customize it in a different way. For energy, we customize it in a different way. For reaching out to farmers, we have smartphone applications. We reach farmers through producer organizations, through agri-input companies, whereas for the energy segment, we tie up with the power distribution companies and generation companies.
So which weather events of the past few years have you found most striking from a risk perspective?
So, as I said earlier, it's extreme rainfall and extreme temperature. These are the two events which have become more frequent. If you do a past historical or analysis of the past historical data, you will find that such events were not that frequent as they have become today. So you often will find, heavy rainfall. Say, for example, in a matter of 2-3 days, you could receive more than 500 millimeter of rainfall, and which could flood the entire area, and this has become very frequent. High temperature spills also have become very frequent. For example, in some parts of the country, you receive temperature as high as 48 to 50 degrees for 4 or 5 days. This was unseen previously. You would like to add something?
Yeah, I think there are very good examples here. Let's say Barmer in Rajasthan probably would not have had floods in last 30-40 years before that, but in last 6 years or 8 years, it has got two major flood events. There was complete deluge in 2006. Never before has happened in Barmer, and again this 2015. Well, the total rainfall was less, but Barmer has got about 80% of its seasonal rainfall in one day. And there was a deluge again in 2015. So such events close enough in, let's say, last 10 years, two major events in an area which is very drought prone is unlikely. It has not happened in the past so often.
Talking about our country, India, agriculture is the major segment which completely relies on the weather analysis. Do you cater or aim to cater the rural grounds to proliferate the agronomics?
No, you're very right. So agriculture as a segment is most exposed to weather-related risks. In agriculture you have so many crops, so many kinds of agri-ecosystems. And the implications of weather change or climate change varies from each agrosystem to the other agrosystem. So accordingly, our solutions also need to be customized. So we provide all our solutions for all kinds of crops, all kinds of agri ecosystems. We kind of reach out to the farmers in different ways. We tie up with agriculture input companies like the seed and the pesticide companies. We tie up with the farmer producer organizations. We tie up with banks. We tie up with insurance companies. We also have our smartphone applications and call center services, and we reach out to the farmers through them. So we deploy different kind of distribution strategies for reaching out to all kinds of farmers with very precise customized solutions. So for example, today we provide solutions covering over 150 crops and more than 30 agroecological systems. We provide solutions not only in India but in countries like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Philippines and Southern Africa.
So are you working with any government oriented projects?
I would like to answer.
And if you can name them. So.
In India, we are not directly working with government as of now, but we have done projects in the past with the government on various things, including weather station, weather data. Right now, we are catering to insurance sector wherein the government involvement is there. So we are registered with government as a data provider in insurance area. And outside India, we are working with other governments, like Govt of Bangladesh. We are doing a project for. We are working with Govt of Sri Lanka in some projects, and in India, we are a registered service provider in various government services, and we are providing services on the government platform, so to say.
And just to add to what Anuj is saying, we have done projects for IFC. We have done projects or doing projects for the ADB. In India, there is the government's crop insurance program, which is called the National Crop Insurance Program, the NCIP. We are one of the biggest implementation agencies for this program across the country. We work with our insurance, we have worked with the partners who are insurance companies, and along with them, we service farmers and implement this program, this NCIP program.
So according to you, which industry is most vulnerable to major weather events, and which sectors are sensitive to throw financial figures at the weather trends?
Right. So one is, as we discussed, agriculture and energy. They are most exposed today. I mean, we find from our experience over the last 10 years that these two segments are most exposed to weather-related risks. But apart from that, general population who are living in the coastal areas, households in coastal areas, or for that matter in mountain areas, mountain regions, they are very much exposed to any kind of weather-related risk. Cyclones, landslides, cloud bursts. These are happening also in these regions, more in these regions. So the general population in these areas, or in the island countries, for example, India is little larger, geographically larger, and so in some sense it is protected against certain risks. But the smaller island nations are much more exposed to weather-related risks. So as a business model, we target agriculture, energy, but we also work with governments in other countries and try to provide solutions for the general population. We provide solutions so that in case there is a cyclone, the general population is protected against the financial implications of such a cyclone.
So basically, it's a country level calamity risk management, which is what we, apart from the specific sectors, these are the major country level calamity risk which we cater to, in fact. And that also we do for insurance sector. So apart from specifically working in this sector and designing insurance products for that, we work with insurance sector to offer solutions on catastrophe risk level. That's where and that also has a large impact of climate change and other.
So which companies you identify to take advantage of your offerings, and how do you think to protract your offerings with growing weather concerns over the organizations?
So I won't be able to take specific names without the consent of these companies, but we work with power distribution companies both in major cities. I mean, in Delhi, Mumbai, the utilities who provide power to the households. We work with power generation companies, hydropower companies, with solar farms, wind farms. We work with all the entities in the agriculture value chain, starting from the input suppliers who provide seed and pesticides, with the farmers through various banks and farmer organizations, farmer associations, cooperatives. We work with the output companies, who procure produce the production from the farmers, and the traders. So all the companies in the agriculture value chain. Besides the agriculture and the energy sector, we work with the governments, on providing, catastrophe risk management services. So these are the principal clients for us.
So how predictive can one be with the weather occurrence, like an extreme rain, etc.? And with advanced computing, what are the possibilities of long-range forecasts?
See, short-range forecasts have become very accurate, very predictive. Medium and long-range forecasts still are not there. The accuracy has improved, but still there is some way to go. But certainly, long-range forecasts give you good signals today. They highlight the important concerns. So, for example, today in India, for example, sitting in April, you can rely on the long-range forecasts given for monsoon. You can, like 10 or 15 years back, one could not do so very accurately, but today they are highly reliable. And a lot of this has become possible because of the increase in computational power. A lot of this is because of that. So today what happens is that weather data from across the globe is assimilated on a big data platform. This is done by the governments, principally done by the governments, but it is assimilated across the globe. So there are about 1 million sensors through which such data is collected, and this data, once it is assimilated, it is there are several advanced computing algorithms which are applied on this data to generate forecasts, and all that is done within a matter of couple of hours, which was not possible maybe a couple of years back. So the whole global data gets assimilated, analyzed within a couple of hours, and is available for the entire academia, the entire weather forecasting industry across the globe, who then kind of further process it to give very focused or downscaled forecasts, as we call it. So big data, advance in computer solutions or computing solutions, has helped this sector, the weather forecasting sector, enormously.
So how do you see the market growing?
Oh, that's a little difficult question. Anuj, you had any thoughts on that?
I mean, with the improvement in predictability of the weather and climate, and we have better statistics and data. I mean, since we are churning large amount of data at a very short interval as possible, one can see that there is an improvement in product offering. I mean, like in IT sector, we have a 10x multiple which is going on in terms of what we can do with the data which we have, and which gives us a lot of possibility in terms of what we can offer as a service, because we know that industry is at risk, which are the industry which need most. So what we see is that the market is going to grow very fast in certain segments where as we can say that the impact of weather and climate change is very direct and very visible, and would probably a little slow to pick up in segments which are wherein the impact is more indirect or more it's not visible very easily. But I mean, with the improvement in technology and product offerings, I'm sure the market is big and the opportunity is quite sizable.
And one more thing I would like to add: the demand for such services is also increasing now, with change in climate change, the weather becoming more volatile, the governments, the industry, and the population as such, has become more aware of climate change. It's directly impacting their income, their lives, and they've become conscious of this. So today, compared to what we saw in 2004 when we started out, the demand for such services is high. So that is a big plus for us. And as Anuj was saying, that there are advances in technology, and forecasting solutions have become more predictive. Then there are insurance solutions. The weather insurance market has grown a lot, has deepened a lot, so it can absorb a lot of these risks. So because of both the increase in demand and the better services which are more available now, we clearly see there can be a big jump in our business.
In short, do you see real competition in the indigenous market of India?
Yes, there is bound to be competition, but presently the way we offer the comprehensive weather risk management solutions, nobody does so, and we clearly see that we will be able to maintain a lead in the next 5 to 10 years.
So being a company launched in 2004, as you said, how has been the journey for your company, and where do you reckon to poise in the coming 5 years?
In the coming 5 years, definitely we want to be a 1 billion turnover company, providing solutions in more than 20 to 25 countries. We are already working in these countries. We are helping the governments in coming up with solutions, and we expect that we'll consolidate our position both in India and abroad in the next 5 years and touch this 1 billion mark. The journey has been difficult. Primarily because initially when we started out, there was not much demand for climate risk management services. People were not aware. The technological solutions were also not up to the standards. So we had to do a lot. So for example, we ourselves created a network of 1,500 automatic weather stations across the country. This was supposed to be done by the government departments, but when we started out, there was only one weather station in each district, and that was also not functional. Mm-hmm. So a startup company like us, we manufactured our own weather stations at low cost, and then put thousands of them across the country just to get weather data. In fact, we have installed these in Africa, in Southeast Asia also now. Mm-hmm. Then we put up a big data platform to forecast weather. Again, this was something back in 2005, 2006, nobody was doing, but we had to do it. Mm-hmm. Third, we created practically this weather insurance market in India. We partnered with several companies, and contribution of each company is very important, but I can say that we initiated it. We in fact created this market in India, which has now become the world's biggest weather insurance market. And now even in the G20 climate summit, the governments were talking about coming up with climate insurance solutions for the island countries, and I believe there is a big fund which is being dedicated for this cause, and we are proud that we contributed to this cause. It took us a lot of effort, and our team has been working very hard on it for years. The journey has been difficult, but hopefully in the next 5 years we will reach our goal.
Thank you so much for your time, gentlemen.
Thank you.